Moin, you may feel little bad in the beginning because we are going to cover basic thing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So in case if you don't want to join for a few days is also fine because in the
Yeah.
beginning I'll cover some basic thing. Huh?
No problem, no problem. It would be a kind of refresher as well.
Yeah, but I'll try to avoid going into too much basic. Yeah,
Okay.
that is neither useful for experience nor fresher.
Yes.
Fresher may enjoy that, but it's not going to add any value. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'll
that's right.
focus what is really needed. Yeah, so Pawan, these are the module. Ultimately, we are going to learn. One is finance. In shortcut, it is known as FI. Then another is known as a controlling. In shortcut, it is CO. So both combine. If you do, it become FICO. FI from finance and CO from controlling. So if you learn both the module, you'll become FICO consultant. In the market, almost everybody will write the FICO consultant, but most of the people will know only finance, but they'll write both the module in their resume. So in finance, you are going to learn something called general ledger, account payable, account receivable, accounting, banking, taxation, integration. These are the minimum thing you are going to learn in the finance module. In controlling, you are going to learn thing called cost element accounting, cost center accounting, profit center accounting. Then overview of, then one more is there. You'll be learning about internal order. Then overview of product costing, overview of COPA. You'll learn that is known as a profitability analysis and overview of ML, material ledger. So these are the subtopic under each module. Under this module, these are the important point, and under this one, these are the important point. Now, for any company, if they want to implement SAP, then finance module, they have to use it mandatorily, because by using the finance module, you are going to generate the financial statements. If you are not using finance module, you cannot prepare the financial statements from the SAP. Therefore, using the finance module is a mandatory, because since financial statement is a mandatory to prepare, using the finance module is a mandatory, because finance module will give you the legal reporting, means whatever financial statements you are preparing, that is mandatory by the government. So finance module will provide you that those financial statements. Therefore we say that finance module is used for the external reporting purpose. Why it is used for the external reporting purpose? Because whatever reports, either balance sheet, cash flow, profit and loss account, whatever reports you are getting under the finance module, you are going to submit to the external parties, that is to the government, to the SEBI, to the bank, to other investors. That's the reason we say finance module provide external reporting, because because financial statement is a mandatory. On the other hand, controlling is not used for the external reporting purpose primarily. It is used for the internal reporting purpose. It is used for the management reporting purpose. My external parties may not be interested to know the controlling related reports, but management is interested. The CEO, CFO, head of the department, head of the plant, they are interested to know the controlling related reports. So therefore, controlling module is used for the internal reporting purpose. I'll give an example. Let's say in finance department, you posted one journal entry. You posted journal entry that um, petrol expense account debit to cash account. That is the journal entry posted in the finance side. Now, controlling department is interested to know which person is using more petrol expenses, because you posted one journal entry petrol expense account debit 100,000 amount you posted. Finance side, that is done. Once you posted the account journal entry, it is done. Now controlling module is more interested to know which particular vehicle, let's say petrol allowance is given only for 4 people, one CEO, CPO, CFO, CTO, and let's say one manager. Only for 4 people they have given the petrol allowance. Now they want to understand which person is using more petrol expenses. They want to control it. They want to control it. So that is required in the controlling module. Government is not interested uh, how much petrol expenses is used by your CEO, CFO, CTO. Government is not interested in that. That is legally not required for you to bifurcate and give the report to the government. Okay, my petrol expense is 100,000, so 50,000 CO vehicle is getting used. 20,000 my CFO vehicle is using the petrol expense. Government is not interested in that one, but your company management is interested because they want to cut down the petrol expenses. Or let's say we are giving petrol expense allowance to certain salesman. We have salesman and they are going in field. So we have given some allowance. Now petrol expenses is huge, but there is no sales growth. Then we can question to the salesman who are using more petrol. We can tell boss, you are using so much petrol, but where is sales? But there is no improvement in your selling. But on your head, there are huge petrol expenses. So this analysis you can do in the controlling module. It is primarily used for internal reporting or internal analysis purpose. Controlling module is also known as a management accounting or cost accounting. So controlling module is used only for the internal reporting purpose. It is only used for the internal reporting purpose. Okay, let's say HR department is showing HR department is showing uh, 100,000 as a training expenses. That is what they are showing. Now, when your management is seen on that training GL, is saying he is surprised. Oh my God, we spent 100,000 on the training. I want to know which department people taken more training, or for which department you conducted more training, more number of days training. For HR people, for marketing people, how many days training? For finance people, how many days training? For admin department, how many days training? For production department, how many days training you conducted? So this analysis you want to do in the controlling module. It is required in the controlling module. So you can take the decision. You can take the decision to control the to control the cost to control the cost. So controlling module is required for the internal reporting purpose. For internal, sorry. So that is the use of the controlling module. Controlling module is basically for your management decision making purpose. Okay. Or let's say you have some budget, you have some money you have, and you want to allocate the budget. So that you can handle in the controlling module. So either cost controlling, cost planning, cost budgeting, all cost related thing you can handle in the controlling module, and that is primarily for the internal reporting purpose, internal decision making purpose. Whereas finance module, whatever report you are going to get in the finance module, either balance sheet, P&L statement, cash flow, statement change in equity, note to auditor, everything is required from the legal point of view. You cannot say that no, I will not prepare the P&L statement. No, that is mandatory. You must prepare. Then if you want to prepare, then you have to use the finance module. So finance module will meet that mandatory legal requirement reporting, because this will offer you required financial statements. Pawan, you can unmute and you can ask if you have any doubt up to here.
No hurry. No.
Moving on further. So general ledger, under this one, whenever you go and work on any project, depending on the size of the project, nature of the project, size means how big client is, either it is implementation project or support project or rollout project, what kind of project it is you are going to be associated. Depending on that, you may be working in one of the area, or you may be working in all the area or few of the area. It depends. So let's say the person who is responsible and general ledger area, what and all general ledger will have. So general ledger, the person who will work on the general ledger, he will basically be responsible for all the baseline configuration. There is basic configuration which is required to post the journal entry. Without the basic configuration, you cannot post any accounting entry or journal entry in SAP. So the person who is going to work as a GL consultant, he will be responsible for all the baseline configuration. Baseline means basic, minimum configuration which must be done in the SAP. So that, and he will also be designing something called accounts. In college time, Pawan, you might have studied something called rent account, salary account, wages account, furniture account, and many other accounts. So in SAP, we say GL. We say those accounts are known as a GL in SAP. GL means general ledger. So the accounting designing or that account design are basically done the person who is responsible for the general ledger area. So that is what you'll be learning under general ledger. You'll be learning primarily the design of the GLs and other baseline configurations. That is the primary thing. And also mainly, as per my experience, the person who is responsible for the general ledger, more general ledger area, he will also be taking care of month-end related activities and year-end related activities. Why I am highlighting all this? In real implementation project, when client is big, we hire different people inside finance module also. We hire one or two people to handle the GL related activities. We hire one or two people for handling the account payable. Account payable is all your credit purchase related. All your credit purchase. All your credit purchase related activities you are going to learn in the account payable. So in this particularly you'll be understanding how to create the vendors, how to design the vendors, how to design the terms of payment, and many more things you'll be learning under the account payable. Basically, account payable is all your credit purchase related transactions are going to be handled in the account payable. Opposite of account payable is account receivable. All your credit sales you are going to handle in the account receivable. Then asset accounting. You know asset accounting. All the capital related purchase and sales. Capex. Sorry, not capital. Capex related. Capex. Capital expenses. All those asset, building, land, furniture. All those you are going to handle in the asset accounting. Then in banking, either payment of money or receipt of the money you're going to handle in the banking module. Then taxation, either direct tax or indirect tax, you are going to handle in the taxation area. Then integration. So if you remember in my first class, I have spoken that SAP is a integrated. One module is easily integrated with other module. So you have to understand how my finance module is integrated with other modules. How my finance module is integrated with SD module, how my finance module is integrated with MM module, IM module, PS module, PP module. So you have to know some integration knowledge also you must have. So all these things you are going to learn here under the finance. While learning, you have to learn everything. But while working, you may work in one area or two area only. But while learning, you have to learn everything. Similarly, in controlling, these are the thing. There is something called cost element. Now, as Pawan rightly raised the concern, now cost element also part of the finance. But we still consider under controlling. In S4HANA, when cost element also you are going to create in finance side itself. But this is still the part of the controlling cost element. So which are the GL account you also want to use in the controlling side? So those are cost element. Under this you'll be learning what is called primary cost element, secondary cost element in detail. Cost center accounting, department wise doing the planning, budgeting, actual cost and revenue analysis. Cost revenue analysis you are going to do department wise. That for that reason you are going to use the cost center accounting. Profit center accounting is another form of providing you the reporting reporting reporting. Let's say you have one company called Patanjali. So Patanjali you have created as a company code. So at Patanjali level you are generating the financial statement. That is mandatory, that you have to submit to government. But let's say Patanjali has 5 plants, 5 manufacturing plant they have, and for each plant you want to know how your plant are performing, how what is the performance of the each plant, what is the revenue, expense and profit of each plant. Or let's say Patanjali has 10 products and Patanjali want to know how their 10 products are performing. Then you can use the profit center accounting. So profit center accounting will also give you mini financial statements. Okay. Internal order, again it is used for event based accounting. So a cost center will also give you department wise expense and revenue analysis, but this is used for the permanent purpose. Whereas internal order will also give you the cost and revenue analysis, but it is used for the time event based. Event based means, let's say I am going to conduct one AGM, annual general meeting. Then I want to analyze on that particular annual general meeting how what is the expense and what is the revenue. Or let's say I'm going to launch one new product and I want to understand for that new product what is the income and what is the expenses. Or I'm going to conduct any marketing campaign. I want to analyze for that particular marketing campaign what is the expense and revenue. So for event based cost and revenue, if you want to analyze, you have to use the internal order. It is for time for time being purpose. It's not for permanent purpose that you will use one internal order and you'll use for whole your life. No. If I'm going to conduct one marketing campaign for this month in, let's say, some mall, let's say in Minatsi Mall, then I'll create an internal order and I will record all the revenue and expenses related to this year marketing campaign for the Minatsi Mall. Then once that marketing campaign is over, my internal order will also be over. That is closed. I'll do the settlement and I'll do the close. Done. But cost center is not like that. If I created one marketing cost center, HR cost center, finance cost center, production cost center, that is going to be permanent. So that is the difference between cost center and internal order. Internal order will also provide you budgeting and cost analysis and revenue analysis, but this is for the time being purpose. Okay, let's say my company has one requirement to build one software. So I can create one internal order and I can book all the expense related to that software into internal order to analyze what will be the total expenses for building this particular software. When the software is built, my internal order is also closed. That is how it is used for the time pass purpose. Okay. Then product costing, in this you'll be learning if you want to produce any product, what will be the cost of that product. COPA. COPA will give you also the analysis of the profit, but it will give you granular level. It will give you the granular level analysis of the profit. Let's say I told that if in profit center that you want to analyze each plant wise, what is my financial position or my product wise. But in COPA, if you use the profitability analysis, not only 1-2 parameters, you can analyze your profit based on many parameters. Let's say I want to know who are my top customers, in which region, for which product. So I can pull those reports in COPA. COPA give you multi-dimensional report. Multi-dimensional report COPA can provide, which profit center may not provide. But COPA will provide multi-dimensional report. Let's say today, if Reliance wants to analyze some report, how they will analyze? They will analyze which product in which region is doing good and who are my top customers. Like this, if they want to analyze, they can use the COPA. Not only that, there is many other parameters. So COPA is required if you want to do more surgery of the profit or more surgery of your sales, revenue, cost, profit, then you can use the COPA. Material ledger is used for the your inventory valuation purpose. It is sub ledger for the inventory management purpose. If your inventory you want to manage in better way, then you have to use the material ledger. So these are the things are there in the finance and controlling module. So anything, any accounting entry which you feel or which you have studied in your college days, everything will be covered under the finance. everything. You in college you have studied something called accounting cycle. Let me write here accounting cycle. In fact, you are going to learn the accounting cycle, but in SAP way. If you know the accounting cycle, how to perform the accounting cycle in SAP, then you become the consultant. But you have to learn the SAP way. If you remember in the first day I told, no matter which which software you use, the ultimate result is same. If I paid the rent on cash, my journal entry will become rent account debit to cash account credit. Now this journal entry rent will go in P&L and cash will go in balance sheet. Now in whichever software I use or in whichever software I do this transaction posting, entry will remain same in every software. Either I use Oracle, I use SAP, I use JD Edward, whichever software I use, it will remain same. But how you are going to post it or how you are going to manage it, that differs from one software to another software. But ultimate result is same. Nobody can change. No software can change. So if you know the how to perform end-to-end accounting cycle along with the reporting in SAP, then you are consultant. That is what we are going to work as a consultant. Business requirement is to get the financial statements. But without posting the transaction or without performing the transaction, how can they get the P&L? How can they get the balance sheet? To post the transaction, all the setup must be done in the SAP. So that is how you are going to help them. Business knows how to post the transaction, or you will train them how to post the transaction, but they don't know how to set up entire thing in SAP. That is what you are going to know, and you become a consultant. Okay. So here in shortcut, we'll post the journal entry, posting journal entry, then preparing ledger, then preparing trial balance. Correct. Then preparing P&L statement, then preparing balance sheet. Is it correct accounting cycle or wrong? Moin, is it correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's the right order. Yeah.
Right order or I missed anything?
No, no, no. That's correct. That's correct. High level.
So this is the thing. So this is what business needs. They want to post the journal entry. They want to prepare their ledgers. They want to prepare trial balance. They want to prepare the P&L statement. They want the balance sheet. So this is what you are going to help them. Now they don't know how to do in SAP. That's the place where you know. You know that. Tell me what you are doing in your business. So for your business, I can set up in SAP. Same thing. Let's say engineer. When there is engineer, civil engineer, person will tell his plan for his building, how he wants, what he wants, and he will design it for him. He'll design for honor. So he is known as an engineer. Same, you are also going to be engineer. Business will tell, I have this many company code, I have this many plants, I'm selling this many product, I'm selling in this markets, and many more things they will tell. I have this many warehouses. Sometime I purchase and sell, sometime I manufacture and sell, sometime I borrow and sell. So they'll tell all their process, business process, and every details of their business. Now, hearing that, you have to set up in SAP. That is what you are going to learn. And for that, you are becoming a consultant. One thing always remember, nobody want to have a consult getting advice from the bad consultant. I'll give you an example. You are heart patient and you want your heart to be operated. You will never give your heart to an intern doctor, or you'll never give your heart to someone whom you already know that he had killed many patients. It's not just doctor, you'll not even visit that hospital where a lot of patients has already been died because of unsuccessful heart surgery. Will you ever visit? You'll never visit. Or you'll never go to that doctor who is not efficient to perform the heart surgery. Similar is the case in SAP consulting also. Whenever business is coming with the problem, if you are a good doctor, if you are making their if you are solving their issue, you are a good doctor. But if you are not able to understand their problem, you are not able to solve their issue, then you are a bad doctor. They will never approach you. They will escalate about you. They will simply escalate about you. So here you are going to become a specialized doctor, so that any hospital will love to keep you, meaning that any company will hire you, and any patient will also love to get treatment from you, meaning that any client will love to work with you. So that you have to keep in mind. You are now into the professional service. Let's say how one doctor has to be very expert, how one charter accountant should be very expert, how one lawyer should be very expert. Then only people will take service from them. Similarly, now you are into professional service. If you are not efficient enough, it will become very difficult for you to survive. It will be difficult for you to excel in your job, because somehow you can manage, but in long term you cannot manage, because people will get to know. In one project you may somehow you got the project, but next time when you want to move to another project, people will take the feedback from the last project. And if you have not worked good in the last project, in the next project they will not take you. So these are the challenge you have to understand. So for this you need to be really very good in your job. You need to be very good in your technology. Many a time you will hear that business knowledge is very important. Leave everything. First focus on SAP functionality. If you don't know SAP functionality, all other knowledge is waste. All other knowledge is very waste. You understand the business process, you have very good English knowledge, but you don't know the SAP functionality, then this is waste. You understood some business requirement and you don't know either SAP offers that solution or not for that functionality, or you have to go for extra development. First, you don't know, that only you are not clear. Then, if it is possible in standard SAP, you'll unnecessarily go for custom development. So just understanding the business requirement and having the good English is not enough. Don't listen others. There's a lot of features are there in the YouTube and Udemy and not Udemy and in LinkedIn. Don't listen them. First focus on SAP functionality. If you are good in SAP functionality, automatically other thing will automatically be learned. Other thing will automatically will follow you. But if you don't know SAP functionality itself, then there is no use. In one movie, I forgot that hero name. In that movie, um, machine will be broken and all top engineers will try to fix that, but they will not be able to fix it. Then one person will come and will just hit one hammer, and that movie that machine will start running. Then that owner will ask, what is the fees? So it is very old movie, so he'll tell 1000. 1000 like 10 lakh in 2 days. Then he'll tell, it's just one hammer and 1000 rupees fees, then that person, that karigar, he will tell that, see, 1 rupees is to hit one hammer, but 999 rupees is for knowing where to hit that hammer. Okay, so here he knows that whole machine, each part, what is the functionality, then only he knows where to hit the hammer. So same is the case in SAP also. If you don't know in which screen what functionality is given, then what the thing you'll do? Just knowing the business process. Everybody in this movie, everybody is knowing the problem. Everybody understood the problem very well, but nobody has the solution. So knowing the just problem and having very clear communication will not work in SAP. It's per my experience. But knowing the SAP functionality into only going to help you. Don't listen other people. Ultimately, SAP functionality is very important. So that is what you have to know. You have to know what functionality. When I go in AP or when you go in any other area, taxation integration, you have to know in how integration works, how taxation works, how AP works, how banking works. Then no matter what business says, the requirement, in background your mind will process. It will immediately process in the conscious mind that okay, for this requirement, this is the solution. For this requirement, this is the solution given in SAP. Otherwise, what will happen? You'll understand the question, but you don't have the answer. Let's say you are attending exam. You know very well the question, but you don't know the answer. Similarly, the case here also. You know what business is telling, but you don't have answer. You don't have the solution because you don't know the SAP. Very simple. So please don't listen others here. Focus on learning the SAP functionality. You'll also hear one more word. Configuration anybody can do. What the hell anybody can do? Nobody can do if they don't know. Nobody can do the configuration. How can you do the configuration without knowing? Here configuration doesn't mean that I have given all the document, prepare the document and you're going and copy pasting. That is not the meaning of configuration. Configuration here, what I'm trying to tell, you understand the business requirement, you design the thing in the Excel, now you are going to set up in SAP. That is what called real configuration. Doesn't mean that Moin is telling that go to this T code, code, enter this thing, then that is no use because he only did everything and he has asked me to just go in SAP and do like this, like this, like this. That is not useful much. But how he has decided the code, how he decided the step to do that, he should have the experience, he should have the knowledge, then only he can do that one. So here configuration is everything. If you know the configuration, then other thing you can easily learn. If you don't know the configuration, you will never learn other thing. Other thing is not possible without the configuration knowledge. Take any example. You want to build the any custom report. You don't know the SAP table and everything. How can you build the report? You want to build the workflow. How can you build the workflow? So configuration knowledge is very, very important. Without configuration knowledge, you cannot do anything. So first, please focus on SAP standard. Remaining thing will automatically come. Okay. Remaining thing will automatically come. I'll tell you an example. Let's say when you want to give the lecture. If you don't have knowledge, how can you give the lecture? You're a science teacher and you don't know anything about the science. Can you say that I can give the lecture without knowing the science? How can you give the lecture? So here same is applying to SAP also. Without knowing the SAP, you cannot do anything. Please don't get distracted because of all the fake guru available in LinkedIn, YouTube, and everywhere. Focus on learning SAP standard. Remaining thing will automatically be followed. That is actually what I feel. For that reason, you are here. So we are going to give you real business requirement and real solution. Okay, so please don't get distracted by listening others. Focus what I'm going to train you. If whatever I'm training, if you follow, 100% you will be successful if you work hard. Okay, Pawan, do you have anything to ask?
No.
Moin, do you want to add anything?
No, I think it is fine, sir. Perfect examples.
Okay, guys. So see you tomorrow. So Moin, for few days it will be little slow because I want to make Pawan familiar with SAP
Okay.
thing. Okay, slowly I'll take 1 week at least.
O-
I'll take basic. Huh?
Okay, sure, no worries.
Okay, na? Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Yeah.
Thanks,
Bye
sir.
bye.
Yeah, bye.